Good, that is dead.
Yep, I'm going. We're recording here. There we go.
You ready? All right. Let's go ahead and call our meeting to order on Wednesday, August 12th, 2026. Roll call, please.
Danae Hubbard.
Here.
Mark Vance.
Here.
Dan Cheek.
Here.
Dave Allgood.
Here.
Christy Richardson.
Here.
Roxanne Sosnowski.
Here.
Katie Kruckenberg.
Let's all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There is no phone participation this evening. Do we have a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
Motion to approve the agenda.
Motion by Sine,
Second.
second by Dave. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Tonight's agenda is passed. Motion to discuss and approve Board of Trustee meeting minutes from July 22nd, 2026.
Move to approve July 22nd, 2026 minutes.
Motion by Sine,
Second.
second by Dan. Any questions, concerns, or alterations? Barring none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, Board of Trustee meeting minutes from July 22nd have passed. Any public comment?
No.
All right. Motion to discuss and approve ordinance 2026-19, an ordinance adopting the amended Village of Poplar Grove Employee Handbook and amending Title I Administration, Chapter 6, Village Officers and Employees, Article J, reimbursement for training classes, travel, Section 1, 6J1, elected official, officers and employee travel reimbursement of the Code of Ordinances for the Village of Poplar Grove.
Move to discuss or approve ordinance 2026-19.
Motion by Dave,
Second.
second by Mark. Okay.
Been no changes since our last open meeting discussion, correct?
This is what was proposed at the last meeting, which was to simplify the ordinances and create a method in which they would be tied to the employee handbook. So that way we would only have one particular place to update the numbers, for example, for meal reimbursement or mileage or the things of that nature. So what you have is both parts of that. You have the ordinance that references the handbook, and then you also have a copy of the new handbook section, which includes elected officials. Do you have anything else to add, Roxanne?
I have no further questions.
Yeah, no, that covers it.
Any other questions or comments?
No.
Barring none, roll call.
Dave Allgood.
Yes.
Mark Vance.
Yes.
Danae Hubbard.
Yes.
Dan Cheek.
Yes.
Ordinance 2026-19 passes. Motion to discuss and approve Resolution 2026-43, a resolution of the Village of Poplar Grove, Illinois, approving the purchase of an air conditioning unit for the South Wastewater Treatment Plant Control Room in the amount of $21,520.
Motion to discuss and approve resolution 2026-43.
Motion by Dave,
Second.
second by Dan. This is also from the consensus that was reached at last meeting to pursue the air conditioning unit from Rockford Air for the $21,520.
And this was really close to our budget, right?
Correct. The budget amount was at $20,000.
Right. So this is 1,520.
Correct.
Okay.
But this was the least of all three of the quotes that were provided.
Correct.
So no changes or alterations,
Nope.
including the contractor, correct?
Correct. Any other questions or comments? Barring none, roll call.
Mark Vance.
Yes.
Dave Allgood.
Yes.
Sine Hubbard.
Yes.
Dan Cheek.
Yes.
Resolution 2026-43 passes. Motion to discuss and approve possible reduction of permit fees for Habitat for Humanity at 201 South State Street.
Move to discuss and approve possible reduction of permit fees for Habitat for Humanity at 201 South State Street.
Motion by Dave, second by Sine. Would you like to speak, Len? Sure. There, we ask for typically about 5 minutes, but if you just turn that microphone on, it's on the front side, sir. And it usually takes 1 second and then it'll fire up.
You might have to take it out. Let's flip the switch up.
In the front. Would you assist, please?
Yes. Got it?
I knew that college degree would come in handy. I have 5 minutes, so I'll ditch the Jimmy Stewart, Mr. Smith Goes to Hollywood speech, and I'll just keep it very simple. Habitat for Humanity basically builds affordable, safe housing for families, that are in need. And currently, the project we are targeting is a family of 6. They currently live in a 2-bedroom apartment with 5 children, a single mother. 2 twins, obviously 2 twins, 2 years old, a 4-year-old, a 16-year-old, a 18-year-old, and of course the mother. So here's what we're looking to ask, and again, I appreciate you allowing us to address the board here. With Habitat for Humanity, we are a nonprofit. We do not make a profit on any of the homes we sell. We actually self-mortgage the homes to the family back. They do not pay interest rates. They're able to take this interest that they would usually spend and reinvest it into the infrastructure of their family. Okay. So we really rely and make every little penny stretch. What I'm asking and requesting, obviously, is a waiver of fees for the permits that you usually charge other, I guess, individuals or construction companies. Again, we're not really a construction company, but that's what we're doing. We're building a house. Okay. And how does this help Poplar Grove? Well, we're putting a family onto your tax payroll, if you want to call it that, or your tax rolls. It's a viable house. It's a brand new house, and it'll actually help increase property values. The family themselves will flourish. I mean, can you imagine going from a 2-bedroom apartment that is literally, it's a Section 8, it's filth. It is black mold, it is cracked walls, and the flooring is buckling, and they're on the 2nd floor. What we're trying to do is any bit of money we can save will go back into helping us build this home. And I can tell you, even $10, I find a place for that $10 to go. Our board, who do we answer to? We don't have stakeholders. We don't have a board of trustees or what have you. It's the people who give $20 a month. It's the people who give $500 when they can. It's the businesses who maybe will give us $5,000. And this money goes into helping a family. We strongly believe in that that families deserve affordable, safe housing. And right now, they're not in affordable housing because right now, let me just give you for instance, financially, they're paying close to $900 a month for this house. They'll probably pay about anywhere from $700 to $800, but this is something that they're building equity on, which is huge. There is no crowding situation. It'll relieve any type of anxiety with the children. We see like a study of 92% of children's grades start to really go up. I'm really going to skip this here, but what this really does is it helps to put a home into Poplar Grove, what normally is a big lot, which is you're only seeing the. Can you still hear me? Okay. Okay. So again, all I ask is that if we can get a waiver of the fees for the permits, that'll allow us to basically take this money and redirect it into the construction wherever else it may be. Sometimes there are emergencies that pop up too. Like last year, we actually needed to have a company come out and they donated where they knocked off about 60% of the fees to build and to finish the drywalls. So this is usually what we would do with fees like this is we pocket it for the emergency fund. I have a strict budget, then there's an emergency fund. But really in a nutshell, that's That's it. So again, thank you very much for allowing me to speak. If you have any questions after the meeting, please come and see me. I'll be more than happy to answer them.
Please do not
Thank-
walk away. Please do not walk away. I do have some questions that we're
Yes.
going to ask publicly.
Yes,
Okay, so you said this is a family of 6
that is correct.
and it was 5 children, 1 adult?
There's 5 children and 1 adult.
5 children and 1 adult.
Yes.
Okay, and I've had the pleasure of working with Habitat for Humanity in the past.
Great.
Actually, in a chair like this and in the field, actually in the construction.
Oh, wonderful.
And I've seen some of the wonderful things that your organization has done. So again, as you reiterated, you are a not-for-profit corporation. You don't pocket any profit.
Nope.
And is it my understanding that fees and stuff of this sort goes into the building costs, which will ultimately have to be recovered again in the interest-free payment to the home, correct?
That is correct. And
Okay.
I'm sorry, there is one other important aspect that I forgot to touch on. We do have I work with a concrete contractor who will basically go in and he will put in a sidewalk, and this will allow us to also offset some of those fees for that. So we will put in a brand new sidewalk going along Park Street and State Street as well. It will cover the entire property line. And the reason why that's near and dear to me is because my earliest childhood memory was pulling my wagon along a sidewalk and hearing the clickety clack.
Yeah, and that's absolutely wonderful
Yep.
that people are willing to step up and help like that.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be making a motion here in a minute,
Okay.
but I wanted to preface that motion with the information from you
Yes.
saying what's going to happen with this reduction, how it's going to help, who's going to be the beneficiary of that reduction.
Sure.
So, Madam President, if I may.
Well, I'd like to see if there are any additional questions for Len before we continue, sir. Any additional
I
questions?
just had one
Yes, sir.
quick one.
Yes.
Did the bank donate the property then to you guys?
We did purchase the
Did
property.
purchase the
Yes.
property, they didn't
We are given grants to do such things, purchase and also to offset some construction costs. So my job will try to find as many costs in construction that I can either offset or to get at a huge reduced rate. I work with such companies as Ozinga, where they'll come in and they'll offset a lot of the cost for the pouring of the concrete. They also do give us a rebate for if we do have to make a purchase on it. You know, they give us a rebate like 20% per yard, I believe it is. But we do our whole goal again is to save as much money as we can, because at the end, yes, we do have a mortgage. There's a big misconception that we give homes away. They put in some sweat equity. And on top of that, they will get a house for mortgage, interest-free mortgage. But the cost of the building of the house is what is the main structure of the mortgage. It's like, well, you'll have a 20-year mortgage or a 30-year mortgage to be paid off in this amount of time. And it cost us $170,000 to build this house. And people are shocked at how low we could build a good home for, simply because of things like this, of charitable gestures as such. It allows us to continue and to put the money into building the next house.
I was just hoping that the bank had stepped up and donated it, but
Uh,
that's my question.
well,
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
thank you. And I'm sorry, I do. Did I answer your questions then? Okay.
Yes, sir, you did. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate.
Before we hear your motion, sir, I just wanted to, for the record, to go over the memo that was provided in the packet. So for those who are watching, who may not review the packet, so when we're talking about the sidewalk on there, I had Public Works go out and do an assessment of that sidewalk. It's approximately 242 linear feet of 4-foot wide sidewalk for 948 square feet. The cost of the building permit fees right now is $2,716. In that sidewalk area, there's 188 curb ramp that will also have to be addressed. Of the assessment, and the pictures are shown if you would like to scroll to those, Carrie. 47 of the 49 squares are damaged all along the entire state. We used total cost replacement based on the current MFT project, where we have sidewalks in that project coming up. And so the current amount in our MFT project is $12.75 per square foot. At the square feet that we need is an overall potential cost to us if we were to replace that at $12,000 and $87, and then an additional 1,000 to 2,000 for site restoration. So with that being said, I just wanted to have that on the record. Are there any other questions?
Actually, one, is BNF okay with this? They signed up, they're fine?
Mhm. Any other questions? Mr. Olga, if you'd like to proceed?
Yes, to preface this motion, we've got a line item in here on fee description. The water meter fees are kind of encumbered a little bit with other ordinances that are currently in place. But my motion is going to be that I move that we waive all fees with the exception of the water meter fee and the village engineering fee to leave a total permit cost of $1,006.
I second that motion.
By Dave. Sine.
That was waiving the tie-in, is that what you said? Or waiving,
That's waiving all the fees. The water meter fee, it's going to be kind of, there could be an interesting dynamic behind that because water meter fees are governed by a different type of ordinance. And that's my understanding. And the village engineer is going to have real work that has to be put in place, documented for, the future, for future,
well,
situations.
I
So
was talking like the $5,000 tie-in fee.
There isn't. a
There is
account
none.
fee.
There's not.
No.
Because it'd be a house on
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah,
No,
forgot about that.
I'm just saying, all fees except for the one that may be an issue with the water meter and the realistic fee that could be realized by the village engineer to make sure that the documents are prepared correctly. I think that a reduction from 2716 to 1006 is appropriate in this gentleman's request, knowing that this $1,006 can be added to the building cost. That building cost is going to be passed on to a single parent in a 6-person home.
There's motion on the floor.
It was seconded by Sine.
Yep, a
already.
yep, second by Sine.
Yep, so we just need to vote it.
Yep, go ahead. That's a roll call.
Mark Vance,
Yes.
Sine Hubbard,
Yes.
Dan Cheek,
Yes,
Dave Wellgood.
Yes.
Reduction to Habitat Humanity fees, amended to $1,006. Passes.
You're very welcome, sir.
Okay. Discussion to discuss and approve electrical aggregate program to the lowest bidder for the village service. Motion
Motion to discuss and
and
approve
approve.
electrical aggregate program.
by Sine,
second.
second by Dan. Take it away, sir.
We go back again, Chad Hageman. I think I know a lot of you, not all of you, again this year. So what's happening is that back in March of 25, your current agreement started with MC Squared in Chicago, and it's concluding in December of this year. And so we went out in the market, I've been talking to Christy back and forth to get this thing bid again. And with ComEd, you have to basically have all your agreements in, signed, and blessed by September because of the lag of their system, even though the start date is until December when the current agreement ends. So we went into the market, and in front of you are the bids by Dynegy, Direct Energy, and MC Squared. And as you can see, it looks like they want to keep your business because they're the lowest bidder by quite a bit. And the current agreement, it's 9.55 cents, which ends in December. The new rates are, of course, higher, like you've probably read everywhere about electricity. And one of the ingredients in that is the capacity charges. There's a chart in the bottom. And this is, again, you've probably read or heard in the news about this, this is because of the power plant situation. A lot of them retiring faster than being replaced. A lot of coal plants You've got the AI thing going on. You've got the cloud computing going on for consumption, the data centers. And so they're allowed to have these capacity charges, and they went up by a record amount in 25, 26. So this is what we're seeing now. And as you can see, they don't come down. These rates are already fixed rates going out through 28 and into 29. And so that's something we can't do anything about because that's coming through for all electricity supply, whether it be with ComEd or an alternative supplier. MC Squared, like the other suppliers, do have an advantage and an office of choice for the residents, as in the past, is that ComEd has what's called a PEA. It's a Purchased Electricity Adjustment Charge. So ComEd has two different areas in your bill when you go home and look at it. It's the delivery and it's the supply side. Supply side, they don't make any money on. So that's zero. So when they go to the market each month to purchase electricity, if you're a ComEd supply customer, they are allowed by the Commerce Commission to adjust your bill. So it's a constant floating adjustment each month. And a lot of times it isn't that much. It can be a cent more or a cent less or a quarter of a cent. In May, it was plus 8 cents. So that was kind of a shocking thing because the base rates are already, way up. You put 8 cents on top of that, and almost double everybody's bill. So on an alternative supplier, MC Squared and the others, they are not allowed to charge that. That isn't even on the table. So it eliminates that risk for people for their financial planning on their homes. And basically, right now, ComEd through October is let's call it 10.4 cents a kilowatt hour without the additional PEA adder potential in there. And then that'll change in October, and it changes twice a year. That'll continue through May of the following year. So the rate right now that we're looking at is at a year is 10.3, slightly below the current price to compare rate with ComEd, or the 2-year rate is 10.4. And basically on the electricity rates, they are not going down. Actually, Citizen Utility Board came out recently and said, you can expect this type of activity, if not higher, through 28. So it's not going away for a while, and we're sitting here in 26. So the situation is we used to save quite a bit of money doing this because we'd be well below. Well, now it's almost even, but the advantage is the choice for the residents is that they don't have to worry about this PEA charge ever under a fixed rate contract. And that is the main advantage right now. We can't do anything about the capacity charges, but we can lock in a low rate now going forward. It's not a bad time to do it, fortunately. So that's kind of where we're at here. I know I gave shot Christie the two agreements from MC Squared 1 and 2 years as far as that goes. And this is these wholesale rates, they change every hour of every day until they're locked in by contract. And so it's just a matter of a decision to be made as kind of which direction to go here as far as years and terms.
Questions for Chad?
No, I've heard this speech many times.
You have almost
So-
every year.
To be clear, we'll just need a motion for a specific supplier and then whether the village wants to do, what length of term.
The only question I would have is, like an MC Squared, as it stands out here, it's just odd on the 100% renewable green energy option that it's NA'd. Can you explain that?
Some offer it, some choose not to offer it.
What is it?
Yeah, they choose not to offer it.
What is the option though?
Well, if you want 100% green energy, you can see the other suppliers.
So that they would be supplied from 100% green. Gotcha.
Exactly, and it's always higher, as you can see there. So it's up to the supplier whether or not they want to offer that or not.
So this is dirty energy.
Natural gas.
So the other guys are saying, we're giving you the clean stuff, and MC Squared says we're giving you what everybody else didn't want.
They're doing it to compete with all those other guys.
Any other questions? Do we have a motion for a selection and a term?
I don't know if
What did we
like
do
to
last year?
go
One?
with
Or did we do?
two years,
We did one.
Why did we only go with one? I guess the difference is very little.
No, we did
I
two.
believe that was the we went with the recommendation
Okay.
at the time.
Okay, that makes sense. That sounds familiar.
Maybe we did two.
No, it was a shorter, it wasn't 2 years, but it was like a weird, I want to say like 16 months or something,
It was March.
because the market at the time was so volatile and no
Oh,
one
yeah,
had
yeah.
any idea where the numbers were going to be. There was a potential that, if I recall, that the energy market, we actually may have seen a reduction, and we didn't want to be stuck in a much higher rate if the market was going to come around. And so we said, well, we'll take the shortest option at the time. And that was what was being offered. And then, so now we have a choice of one or two. And the market has stabilized in the sense that it's just gotten more expensive, and nobody thinks that it's going to get any lower anytime soon. So
Pretty much
if
good
I
summary.
recall the conversation,
A good memory.
thank you.
Right.
I mean, the 2 years, it's a dime difference. I mean,
That's what I'm thinking.
kind of a no-brainer if you ask me.
And we don't have to. He doesn't have to come talk to us next year.
I'm around.
Do we have a motion then for MC2 for
Yeah,
2
2-year
years?
MC
If someone
squared.
will make that.
Motion to approve MC Square for the 2-year contract.
Second.
2, so by Dan. And a second by Sine. Roll call, please.
Dave Allgood,
Yes.
Sine Hubbard,
Yes.
Mark Vance,
Yes.
Dan Cheek,
Yes.
Okay, motion for MC2 for 2 years is passed. Thank you, sir. If you want to hang out at the end, I will.
Just want to scan and send.
Yeah,
to me then?
I'll do. That's
Sure,
fine.
That's fine.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, motion to discuss and approve resolution 2026-42, a resolution of the Village of Poplar Grove appointing an individual to the Village and Planning and Zoning Commission.
Motion to discuss and approve resolution 2026-42.
Motion by Mark,
Second.
second by Dan. Are there any questions?
Is the individual here tonight?
The individual is not here tonight. I knew that there was going to be a scheduling conflict. Are there any other questions? No? Roll call.
Mark Vance,
Yes.
Sine Hubbard,
No.
Jeff Going. Oh, he's not here. Sorry. Dan Cheek,
Yes.
Dave Allgood,
I abstain.
Chris,
You can call for the vote of the village president.
Christy Richardson.
Yes. So, but you've got
We
one
have
abstain.
3 in favor, right?
Yes.
One abstention and 1 no.
Mm-hmm. So how do we score that?
The motion passes.
Okay. Motion to discuss changes to the zoning variance ordinance.
Motion to discuss the planning zoning variance ordinance.
Second.
Motion by Sine, second by Dan. Okay, this was brought forth currently when, as I understand it, when something goes to planning and zoning and it's just a variance request, those requests do not have to come back to the board for any discussion or approval. The reason it's been brought forth is because there has been some other litigation situations in this area that have come around, not directly right now involving the village, but in other municipalities. And so in light of some of those potentials, we thought it would be best just to bring the item forward to get kind of the temperature of the board, if they want to pursue this further or not. And I'm sure that Carrie could speak to, because she was one who brought it to my attention through the litigation. So if you want to add anything to that, Carrie.
It's just a matter of it protects the village. This has nothing to do with any decision that our planning and zoning has made in the 10 years I've been here. I trust any one of them to make just a simple variance. It's just simply to protect the village in case someone appeals it versus how we proceed for the litigation purposes for court. Where they're a fact finding, you're a final decision making.
As appointees, are they bonded like elected?
That's
I don't remember.
I don't
I
think
don't
so.
believe if there's anything in the
So
ordinance.
then there's liability as
What
well
was the
if they're
question again?
If they have
Are they-
bonds, if they're provided bonds.
like
Yeah.
elected officials are
I
insured.
don't- I don't
I
believe
do
so.
believe that in the zoning cases that I have had that have resulted in litigation, planning and zoning members have been named in the suit, and the village's insurance or the city's insurance has covered everyone named.
I believe that that would be correct the way it was
Yeah.
described to me when I served on planning and zoning.
It's just another safeguard.
That's simply all it is.
Yeah.
And we don't have many. In the 10 years I've been here, we've only had 2, maybe 3 that are just simple ordinance or variances that don't have a special use attached to them. So most of them, they have a PUD where there's multiple factors. We had one just last night that was just a simple variance. So it ended at P&Z.
I mean, we ultimately don't have to change anything, but we wanted to make sure that we brought forth to the board, that potential risk for discussion.
And you said this has happened in other municipalities?
Yeah.
But it's actually made it to litigation?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like cheap insurance.
Yeah.
Free insurance, I should say.
Is there a consensus then that you'd like an ordinance drafted?
I'm in agreement with it.
Okay,
Consensus,
Okay.
sure.
all right.
So
I'll take care of it.
We'll go to P&Z because it's a zoning change.
It will, yeah. All text amendments have to have a public hearing at P and Z.
Okay. Moving on. Excellent. Motion to discuss and approve sending the clerk and the deputy clerk to the 2026 Academy training October 6th through the 9th, 2026, not to exceed $1,800 per person.
Move to discuss, approve clerk, deputy clerk training.
Second.
Motion by Dan, second by Sine. So go ahead and let them know.
This is our annual training. We go down Tuesday. We have a Tuesday afternoon class, and then we leave Friday at noon. This year, did I put the schedule in? We just got the schedule after the agenda was posted, but this year they're really focusing on ADA, how to do fillable forms, your website, AI, how it's going to affect the clerks, how it's already affected us. And so both Katie and I get a lot out of it.
Yeah, it's good. It's actually perfect timing since we're in the process of doing the accessibility piece of the website update. So
Yeah.
it'll help us be able to understand better too how to draft our
We'll,
own forms going forward.
we'll have some FOIA updates if you've been watching the state or the IML briefings that come out in your emails. You've seen clerks are in FOIA nightmare right now with this AI stuff that's going on. So we're going to get an update there. We're going to get any new law changes, updates. So
Any
That's
other
it.
questions for Carrie?
Nope.
I know I go.
Status quo, I've seen.
Yes.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Mark Vance,
Yes.
Dave Allgood,
Yes.
Sine Hubbard,
Yes.
Dan Cheek.
Yes.
Okay. Off to the academy they go. Motion to discuss and approve sending the treasurer to the 2026 IMTA Annual Institute Training November 15th to the 19th, 2026, not to exceed $1,800.
Move to discuss and approve sending the treasurer to the 2026 IMTA Annual Institute Training.
Motion by Dave, second by Dan. Catalina, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, you're a 3-year program. So just like the clerks, where we do institute first, right? And we do a 3-year week-long course and then we graduate to academy. She will start her 1-year academy or institute.
Working towards the CIMTA certification, ultimately. So, any other questions?
Nope.
Barring none, roll call, please.
Dan Cheek,
Yes.
Mark Vance,
Yes.
Dave Allgood,
Yes.
Sine Hubbard.
All right. Off to the Institute. Passes. Excellent. Motion to discuss 2026 Christmas tree lighting event.
Motion to discuss 2026 Christmas tree lighting event.
Motion by Mark,
Second.
second by Dan. What you have in your packet is just simply the budget, which is what we've already passed of the 7,500. What I've provided you is an estimate breakdown of how those funds will be sent. We like to just start now because we get our carriage and Santa taken care of right away, because ultimately it'll be here before we know it. So if there's any questions or concerns on how the distribution of expenses is proposed, let me know what your thoughts are. We just wanted to make sure we kind of had a blessing so that before we got started.
Oh, yeah. That's not including the donations we'll probably get,
Yeah, we haven't started pursuing anything of that nature. I mean, typically, we'll get some. So we had some last year. This is just if we were to have to spend the $75 in which we've budgeted for, this is where we expect those expenses to come in based on last year.
When will we start pursuing donations, sponsorships?
Literally after this conversation, probably after Labor Day, to be honest with you. So usually we let the fair get over, we let the kids kind of go back to school, and then we start having those conversations as people kind of get into fall mode after Labor Day. So
one of these days we got to see if Dave can pursue a used scissor lift. We gotta rent one
yeah, it's
twice a year.
and they've actually got it to the point where like they've got it down to a day so that it's less expensive. They can do everything that they can
They
get
got to do
done.
it again when season changes. So
We do, but like before it was multiple day rental, so now it's just a singular day. So
This is
twice
just a
every year, so-
discussion, right, of these
Correct.
line items?
Yeah.
Because I want to say last year we took out the shopper ad.
we ran the shopper ad last year.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe took it out for something else.
Yes, we
Was it for the?
Neighbors Fest, we made some alterations to that line item. So, which we may continue to pursue, but we did have it in there last year twice. So, and it was, an amazing event last year. So, and I appreciated everyone's help. It was great. So, any other questions or concerns on proposed? I mean, the biggest thing right now is like really just so we can get the carriage and get Santa kind of locked in. So, and then we'll kind of go, you'll get updates as we go through. Okay, all right, moving on. Motion to discuss and approve check disbursement for payment scheduled to be paid on August 13th, 2026 in the amount of $143,870.38 in AP checks, $32,312.73 in EFTs, estimated payroll of $24,000, and insurance in the amount of $21,822.96 for a total of $222,005.97.
Move to discuss and approve total disbursements of $222,005.97.
Motion by Dave,
Second.
second by Dan. Any questions or concerns on the invoice registry that was provided in your packet? It's typical bills. It's just a heavier hit. So it was very light at the end of last month, and we're catching all of those on this one because we had an extra week in between our meetings, just of how the months fell, because it's the 2nd and the 4th. So that's basically what we're just seeing here. But these are all typical bills. Barring no questions, roll call, please.
Sine Hubbard,
Yes.
Dan Cheek,
Yes.
Owen Costanza. Sorry, Dave Allgood,
Yes.
Mark Vance.
Yes.
Check disbursement in the total of $222,005.97 passes. Motion to discuss and approve event liquor license for S&S Collaborations DBA Sips and Sprinkles for August 16th, 2026 fly-in.
Move to discuss and approve, event liquor license.
Motion by Dan,
Second.
second by Sine. Go ahead, Carrie. This is pretty straightforward, but go ahead.
Pretty straightforward. Sips and Sprinkles does the fly-in alcohol. They have a tipsy truck, they call it, every year. This is their annual event license they get. This is like the third or fourth year they've been their vendor. So
Any questions? Roll call, please.
Mark Vance.
Yes.
Dan Cheek.
Yes.
Sine Hubbard.
Yes.
Dave Allgood.
Yes.
Liquor license for S&S Collaborations passes. All right, for the good of the village, Board of Trustee meeting is August 26th at 7 p.m. Candidates for trustee can begin circulation on August 25th, 2026. Please see the State Board of Elections website for nomination paperwork. Village Hall will be closed for Labor Day on September the 7th, 2026. Planning and Zoning, September the 8th. Board of Trustee meetings in September are September 9th and 23rd. Do we have a motion to go into executive session pursuant to 5 Illinois CS 120/2C 1 personnel, the appointment, employment compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of a specific employees of the public body or legal counsel for the public body, 5 Illinois CS 120/211 pending litigation when an action against, affecting, or on behalf of the particular public body has been filed and is pending before the court or administrative tribunal, or when the public body finds that an action is probable or imminent.
Move to go into executive session pursuant to 5 ILCS 120/2C1.
Second.
Motion by Dave, second by Sine. Roll call, please.
We're not going in for litigation.
And litigation.
Yep.
Mhm.
And litigation.
Okay.
Yep.
Dave Allgood.
Yes.
Sine Hubbard.
Yes.
Dan Cheek.
Yes.
Mark Vance.
Yes.
Entering into executive session at 7:42 p.m. Thank you, folks. Appreciate it.
Have
Good
a good
night.
night. Are we taking the personnel issue first? Or litigation? Okay, great. Yep.
Good evening.
What is the fee for the license fee for S&S Collaborations?
For the event,
$100.
Just curious. And who was
please.
There we go. Dan Cheek,
Here.
Mark Vance,
Here.
Chrissy Richardson,
Here.
Roxanne Sosnowski,
Here.
Dave Allgood,
Here.
Sine Hubbard.
Here. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Moved by Dan, second by Mark, all in favor? Any opposed? All right, we are adjourned at 8:20 PM.
That's my